welcome to the Leap to Unicorn special on Young Turks today, presented by IDFC First Bank in association with Money Control and CNBC-TV18. Leap to Unicorn is a one-of-its-kind startup funding, mentoring and fundraising program created by IDFC First Bank in association with CNBC-TV18 and Money Control. Now, the first season started with over 5,500 startup applications, soon whittled down to around 600 bootcamp participants. Now, 1 month of bootcamp sessions later, there was further a funneling for the top 100 and top 20. Finally, the top 6 pitched to a jury of investors at a grand finale last month, raising funds in excess of $7.5 million. Now, as we gear up for season 2, let's take a closer look at our top 6 finalists and their plans to scale their businesses. Joining me now are Kanishk Shukla, co-founder and CEO of Expertia AI, Siddharth Sharma, the co-founder of Thoughtl, Dr. Nusrat Sangamitra, co-founder and CEO of Cygenica, Sandeep Sinha, co-founder and CEO of Arficus, Anuj Parekh, co-founder and CEO of Healthy Show, and Anshu Abhishek, the co-founder and COO of Tech Eagle. Congratulations first, all of you panelists here, and thank you so much for joining us on this very special episode. Before we deep dive into your businesses and learn more about your growth journeys, first tell us the pain point that each of you are trying to solve with your offerings. Explain to us what your business does and, of course, its offerings as well. So, Kanishk, why don't you start first?
Sure. I'm Kanishk. We are from Expertia AI. So, we are using artificial intelligence to automate recruitment.
Okay.
Typically, what happens is if you're going to hire a candidate, it would take about 6 weeks for you to get the guy in, and you would end up spending about $5,000 to make that hire. We are trying to bring the hiring time down to 24 hours, and the cost to hire would be reduced to $100 or even lesser. You could consider me as the Tesla for hiring, because with the amount of AI that is available, I mean, it's criminal not to use that technology to the advantage of the recruiters around the world.
So I love how you put it, Tesla for hiring, and AI and generative AI are the buzzwords currently. We'll delve deeper into your venture, but let me get to Siddharth now. Siddharth, explain to us what Thoughtl is all about.
Segueing from what Kanishk said, we are also leveraging AI, but for a completely different function, finance. We are building the world's first AI-powered one finance suite for the finance function. We are helping businesses across the globe to put their finance operations on autopilot, essentially building a lightweight AI-powered layer on top of your existing systems, which act as data sources for the finance functions such as ERP, CRM, banks, and a lot more, and helping them automate, various aspects of, in fact, every aspect of their finance.
Okay. It'll be very interesting to know some of the use cases, which I'll come to later. But Dr. Nusrat, explain to us what Cygenica does.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dr. Nusrat Sangamitra, founder of Cygenica. Just changing from AI, it's much more closer to us. Almost all of us have seen cancer patients or gone through or heard about someone. As you know, cancer drugs, chemotherapy drugs are very toxic, and that makes life miserable for more than 20 million patients worldwide. So the technology that we have developed, with that, we can transform cancer drugs from poison to remedy. So that's the goal with which we're working.
Wow, that's a huge pain point that you're trying to solve. But quickly, let me get to Sandeep here. Sandeep, tell us what Arficus is all about.
Arficus is basically an artificial intelligence healthcare firm creating Medni. Medni is the product name, which is world's first generative AI-based SAMD. We call it software as a medical device. So what Medni is all about, Medni is providing pre-screening, diagnostics, and health future prediction.
All right, okay. Let me go across to Anuj. Anuj, we've got 2 health startups here. You're the third one. Tell us more about Healthy Show.
Yep, so we are a confluence of everything that's being said here, but solving it for employee benefits. So you're powering the health security for the country, where we are simplifying that entire distribution infrastructure that any sort of intermediaries, right, from brokers, agents, banks in the country would need to distribute group insurance. Largely organizations sponsoring insurance for their teams, as small as 2 employees to as large as 10,000.
Okay.
So we are the front runners in this space, and we are on our way to become the largest group benefits insurtech in India.
All right, wonderful. Tech Eagle, finally. Tell us about your venture.
Thank you, Shruti. My name is Anshu. I'm the co-founder of Tech Eagle Innovation. So we at Tech Eagle are currently building a drone, end-to-end drone logistics airline, where the where the end-to-end drone stack is being built in-house, which is 75% indigenous. Our aim is to revolutionize the last mile and mid mile of the logistics.
Okay, very, very interesting area, and we'll deep dive into it shortly. Again, now that we've taken a sneak peek of, what your ventures are all about, let's now talk about your Leap to Unicorn journey. How was the whole experience like? How much money did you raise? So let me start with you, Kanish. Tell us about the kind of money you were able to raise, who were your investors, and your experience.
So we came here looking to raise about $5 million. And by the end of the show, we were very happy because we got 4 yeses out of the 5. 3.25 million was committed on the show.
Okay.
And we are in very active conversations with all of them right now. So very happy with the outcome.
Siddharth, tell us about your experience.
Now, if I think about it, we were contemplating whether to even apply for this program or not. We probably applied at the last minute. But yeah, going through this entire journey has been transformative, to say the least. I think the boot camp was probably the most value adding. And when we got to the top 6, meeting the top 5, the judges on the panel was also great. We came here looking for $750,000. We already had a commitment of close to $250,000.
Okay.
And we got 2 yeses, and we are still in conversations with them.
I understand. Dr. Nusrat, coming to you, talk to us about the kind of money you raised, and of course, what kind of backing does it means for you from your investor, apart from just funding. What else is on offer?
Yeah, so as everyone said, it's in process. We're still in the due diligence process.
Yeah.
And it has been a amazing journey because when I started in 2017, in India, especially the space in which I am, like the biotech and drug discovery, not many investors were very interested in investing in biotech startups.
They have long gestation periods, and investors are quite
money you don't
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I mean, you can't really convert it into or sell something next day.
Yes.
So I applied into this program by looking into the juries,
Yeah.
Prashant Prakash and 314 Siddharth Pai. Because of those two, I applied that I would get to pitch in front of them.
Yeah.
And we came looking for $5 million. And out of that, in the finale, there were commitment for $3.5 million. So yeah.
And you did get funding from Siddharth by 314, right? Capital?
Yeah, Siddharth Pai and 314 and Venture Catalyst.
Yes.
So they have done commitment of 3.5 together,
Alright.
2.5 and 1.
All right, let's move to our next health startup. Tell us what kind of money did you raise, and what conversations are you now having with your investors? They're putting in money, but apart from funding, what else are they offering?
First of all, when it comes down to Leap to Unicorn, it's been a pretty amazing platform. It not only provides you the podium to showcase yourself, but you'll get an amazing set of investors who guides you in each and every step of your business. They provided us the vicinity, or they provided us with the entire lookout that the world would be able to see how Arficus is all about and what products they are basically making out to. We came here with a 2 million round raise, and we got a $1.75 million commitment over with us with 3 years, and it is pretty advanced stage right now over with us. But more important than money, what we actually got is the mentorship and the relationship with the investors.
Yeah.
The kind of experience they have put in and the faith they have put in over in Arficus is truly commendable. And this Leap to Unicorn program is a must for each and every startup which is actually going to scale up.
That is a great pitch. All right, Anuj, let me come to you now. Talk to us about Healthy Show's experience on the on Leap to Unicorn and the investors conversations that you're currently having.
So happy to share that we've closed the round as well.
Oh, lovely.
And also the fact that we had GetVantage on board towards, you could say, covering up a part of our round. So that really helped. And we would be looking to work out some deep synergies with the GetVantage portfolio companies. So this is something that we are really looking forward to, and would definitely advise any of the budding, you could say, startups out there that such a forum, whether it's Leap to Unicorn or otherwise, we feel that it's kind of a distraction for you from your otherwise course of your business. But actually this, you could say, covers up for it in many other ways, which you couldn't have even thought of.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's going pretty great for us.
All right, Anshu, you talk to us about Tech Eagles, how much you've been able to raise, and what are the kind of conversations now that you're having with your investor?
So at Tech Eagle, we are currently building on-demand drone delivery network for healthcare and emergency.
Yeah.
And we started up in 2015. Until now, we have raised around $500,000, and we came to Leap to Unicorn looking to raise around $5 million, and now we have got some soft commitments with 2 yeses, and the process was very smooth, and yeah, the validation is there, team is pumped, super grateful.
Absolutely. And on that brilliant note, it's time for us to head into a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Leap to Unicorn special on Young Turks, presented by IDFC First Bank in association with Money Control and CNBC-TV18. Panelists, we've discussed each of your pain points that you're solving with your ventures. We've discussed how you're doing it, the kind of reach you've seen so far. Let's now talk about the challenges. What were your biggest challenges while you were setting up? And also tell us how you've been able to overcome those. Kanish, why don't we start with you?
Right, the adoption of AI, right? There's always a fear of job losses associated with the adoption.
Absolutely, that's a big area of concern when it just came,
Right, and we told people that when the cars came, and definitely the horses went out of jobs, but it's not that we are doing any worse off.
Yeah.
So with more technology, the adoption of better technology, I mean, there's definitely the use cases of biases being eliminated from the hiring process itself. The speed at which we can get the results, and the cost is substantially slashed down by 90%, if not more. So I think we'll be ending up making the businesses a lot healthier than they were earlier on, and they'll be able to focus on their core operations rather than, let's say, a cost center like HR and recruitment.
Okay. Siddharth, coming to you, what was your biggest challenge and how did you overcome that?
So when we started out, we had an assumption that getting the CFOs to open up about their problem statements is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
But we were positively surprised. In fact, we were overwhelmed by the feedback that we got from the CFO community. Every CFO that we spoke with was very candid in accepting the challenges they face today. And that helped us, firm up our business model, how we would like to approach those challenges and how we would like to solve those challenges, right? But there were still challenges, right? This was a validation nonetheless, but there were challenges. For example, when you would talk to a CFO, just like Kanish mentioned about AI, right? The fear of AI.
Yeah.
The first question CFOs would ask is, does it mean that my entire team, would be jobless maybe, right? But, it took some time for us to convince them that today 90% of the time their team spend is on non-strategic activities, right? Clerical activities. And we are looking to flip that completely. We want them to spend 90% of their time on strategic activities and maybe 10%, the remaining 10% on those non-strategic activities.
All right. Coming to you, Dr. Nusrat, you told us that how through a personal tragedy you sort of decided to venture into this. Tell us what were your big challenges and how you were able to overcome them.
Yeah, so for us, when I started in 2017, the biggest challenge was because of the molecule that we have discovered.
Yes.
Because it is not just in one space. It starts from microbiology, goes through chemistry, and then cell biology. So it covers the whole area. So you need all high-end equipments under the same roof, and all those equipments are multi crore, which we cannot buy. So it was very important.
You manage then?
Yeah, so I actually scouted around in the whole of India, where there is a center where I can find all equipments under the same roof.
Okay.
And finally, there were places where, like C-Camp in Bangalore and in Hyderabad, CCMB, it was there, but it was still, it didn't match to my, it didn't fit. I was coming from Bhubaneswar. So finally, I found in Pune, NCL Innovation Park, where everything was there under the same roof, and I could take my business from, I moved from there to here.
Okay, Sandeep, coming to you now. Educating everyone, was that a big challenge for you?
Yeah, it's a very big challenge actually. First of all, as I told earlier, so doctors had a fear that okay, we are replacing them.
Yeah.
So we educated them that okay, it's not a replacement; it is a decision support tool to you. It's an aid. Secondly, when it comes down to a business, there is both the parts which we actually need to look it up for. First of all is you need to create an impact or create a value, and also you need to create a revenue. So there are places across the globe where people can't even afford quality diagnostic. They'll just succumb to death. They don't have any resources out there.
Yeah.
So you need to provide a solution even to them who don't have the ability to pay. And also you need to monetize yourself just so that you could sustain and excel in your business. So that was the second challenge. Third challenge I believe every one of us might have faced during our earlier times is getting the right resources to work it upon. So that time our friends is always one of the saviors. So our college mates, batchmates whom we pulled it out and told us, okay, now work over with Harpikas.
Yeah.
So finding the right resource at the right point of time is always the challenge, and we actually overcome with that. I proudly say that, okay, right now we are a 34 people team, almost all working across in 8 countries with 134 client base. And the fourth one is always that which the investor said, which Dr. Nusrat had told, and Leap to Unicorn always came as a savior. And this podium provided us the biggest platform where now people are listening us, people want to listen, want to just understand what we are doing, and yeah, this could be the best platform which any startup could get.
All right, Anuj, how did you make Bharat Sure? What was your big challenge? Because insurance, again, a lot of education needed to, you guys had to educate a lot of people.
So group insurance is one of the most powerful tools of health security because everyone is covered regardless of their age, regardless of their health conditions. Even somebody ailing with cancer can be covered with from day one coverage. He or she might be a dependent to someone in the family who is earning their livelihood through their organization, they can get covered. And the best part is there's no paperwork involved. You just need the name, date of birth, and the gender of that person, and the insurance can go live with real time. But the only challenge here around this space, why have people not invested resources around this, is because the insurance manufacturers need to build their systems and capabilities to distribute this at scale. And that is where we see that opportunity, where just like how today opening a bank account for any individual is super easy. You can do it within minutes. But if it is to open a bank account for a company, all of us would agree it takes a month almost. So we are solving similar problem on insurance.
All right. Anshu, tell us what challenges you felt while you were building those drones, and how did you overcome them, and the kind of support that you needed, and how were you able to then find it eventually?
So let me start with in 2014, the commercial uses of drones were banned.
Yeah.
Being well aware of that, we were crazy enough to start a drone company in 2015 only. So from 2015 to 2018, we worked to streamline those regulations. In 2018, Ministry finally released civil aviation rules, which was not the best set of rules that one could expect. But we were happy that okay, the ministry is
better than before.
Ministry is working towards commercialization of drones. So yeah, I think regulations were the biggest challenge of our life.
But you see them getting better now.
Yes, it is getting better day by day.
All right, okay, getting better day by day. Before I let all of you go, one final question, and very quickly, if each of you could answer. We've started taking applications for season 2 of Leap to Unicorn. What would your advice be to the founders who join us in season 2? What would you caution them of, or would like to say?
No, absolutely, go for it. I mean, the one biggest change that has happened is we came in as a startup, but we are leaving as a brand. So that I see in the incoming calls. My mails are getting replied quicker. Right? My phone calls are getting picked up sooner. And finally, my dad trusts that I'm on a worthwhile way because he watches CNBC, and he trusts CNBC. So when I came on the television, he believes, you're on the right track.
All right, all right. Siddharth.
So the advice would be for an early stage startup to go for it for sure, and it does not just give you validation but also visibility at the national stage. Yeah, so definitely go for it.
Must go. Okay, Dr. Nusrat.
Yeah, for me too, as both of them have said, it's a must go, and especially for biotech companies, I would encourage them to apply for it. Because here there are real investors who are sitting there to listen to them, and that's a great validation as well when you reach to the finale and get selected every step. and then you get an opportunity to raise funds, especially because everybody knows for biotech companies it's hard in India to raise funds.
And hopefully, like Kanishk said, your replies will be quicker and you'll be receiving much more phone calls, right?
Yes, yes, that is for sure.
If I may add, you know, while it is always good to have your eye on the prize, and the prize is to be in the top 6, right? The experience itself, right, from the very beginning, applying for the program and, you know, looking at your business model very deeply to be able to very clearly articulate what you are building and why you are building. Going through the boot camp and meeting startup founders who have been there, done that, listening from the top VCs of the country is an amazing experience which no one should miss.
All right, Sandeep.
To every founder, there is every daily there are some or the other challenges which a founder face it upon. So my advice to the founder, even for the leap to unicorn, I'll give it just 4 lines to what I always remember it up for. So there was an epic battle of Mahabharata where Arjuna was fighting. Arjuna was a great warrior, which a founder always does the same over in his daily life. So during the initial 2 days where Arjuna lost, and then Krishna gave him the advice with a bit of poetry line, if you have permission with it.
Sure, go ahead.
That. So it was like, बस कर्म तुम्हारा कल होगा और कर्म अगर सच्चाई है तो कर्म कहाँ निष्फल होगा, हर एक संकट का हल होगा, वो आज नहीं तो कल होगा। और सूरज जैसा बनना है तो सूरज जैसा जलना होगा, नदियों सा आदर पाना है तो पर्वत छोड़ निकलना होगा। ज़्यादा संघर्ष हो, ज़्यादा वक्त लगेगा, बट संघर्ष जरूर सफल होगा, हर एक संकट का हल होगा, वो आज नहीं तो कल होगा। So with Leap to Unicorn is like Krishna for each and every Arjuna like founder who is fighting for their dream, for their goals and their dreams, and just Leap to Unicorn is a must platform. You have your Krishna with you, and you'll definitely do succeed and win this Mahabharata epic battle.
All right, wonderfully put. Anuj, you know, what would you give your advice to the next founder?
Yeah, so I would say that it's all about living through the process. That every stage of evaluation that we've seen, it was quite detailed. So it would, you could say, put founders in a position where they need to reflect on what they have done so far and how do they want to grow their business into the future.
Priyanshu, your final words and your one piece of advice.
So my one piece to upcoming founders are that when you start up and when you are at the early stage, you always need validation. At every step, you need a validation. So coming to this platform, it's a big validation. I would urge everyone to participate in this particular thing, and here you'll get validation and funding. I think, yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I would like to congratulate you all once again, and thank you so much for joining us on Leap to Unicorn. Wish you the very best with all your growth plans. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Leap to Unicorn Young Turks Special. We'll see you next season as we get to take new entries and hopefully a lot more funding. Stay tuned.